So we're going to do 3 deep breaths first.
Okay.
Do you want to lead or?
Why did you lead?
Okay, and do you want eyes open or eyes closed?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so I'll go through the nose so maybe you can hear me. Okay, ready? Well, being in a box, isn't it?
There you go.
So who are you, what do you do, and where are you from?
Who am I? My name is Shujaat Ahmad. I'm a founder of Belong and Lead. I am in the business of myth busting leadership around everything around talent and culture and how do we make the workplace a platform to build purposeful lives, not just reservoirs. And in that process, we hope to build a purposeful society while delivering business results.
Amazing.
Right. I'm originally from Pakistan and then also from Canada and then now I'm American as well, so I'm from US as well.
Excellent. Well, what does a good life mean to you?
A good life for me is it's purpose and purpose in serving others. And in there, I see at 4 spheres and making sure that they're in harmony. And there's a multiplier effect of whatever you do fulfills these 4 spheres. And that's a good life. They can sometimes be out of conflict, but the more you can bring those spheres into one, right, that's what a good life is. That's how I've led multiple life redesigns. And the spheres are, there's what you do, so work. And I don't think it's work, it's like whatever you do, what do you deliver out in the world? It could be what you get paid for. Then there is family, and family is not just the family that blood related, but whoever you deem as family, right? Then there is community, and that community is: are you forming communities? Are you part of community? Because communities are not natural; they could be artificial as well, that man-made that we create. And community at work, right? Community from where you're from, your ethnicity. I run a sports club called Midlife Crisis Cricket Club because it's meant for bringing people together to not just play sport but for their well-being purposes. And then the 4th one, which is the most important because without it nothing else works, is the self. So what is your self? Is it the spirituality? Is it a hobby? Is it solitude, right, that you need? And a lot of the time we take guilt in saying that, well, myself is family. It's like, no. You can do anything with family, you can do anything with community, you can do anything in serving others, which is your work. There's a part of you that you were brought in, that's in your soul and your DNA. That has to be fulfilled, because if it's not, the rest will suffer at some point. So I think for me, a good life is that whatever you're doing, the portfolio of things that you put energy into, brings these four into harmony, and ideally there's a spillover effect from one to the other.
Well, thank you. So what intentional activity would you say has had the greatest impact in your life?
It was 7 years ago, 8 years ago actually, I decided to looking at these 4 spheres, and after like a lifetime of exploration, I said, okay, what is it that really brings all of this together? And I took the investment in getting uncomfortable and going through a program to get where I was the main subject of the program so that I go through it. And then I went through experiments, disrupted myself. I was very uncomfortable because it meant you leave a very high paying career, high status, and help you clarify that doesn't really matter. You can still make all of this work when you get this fulfillment. So I think the best thing I did was go through that process when everything suggested that I should not, financially, socially, emotionally, and going through that journey, that transition. When I got to the other side of it, I realized I had a new identity, and that truly unlocked me. And now I'm going through that again because after like 7 years, I realized I've again come in my comfort zone, and these 4 spheres now, I am telling myself that they're in harmony, but I feel something and they're not, and I started evaluating they were not. And I was adding more stress on myself even to convince myself that they are. So I'm going through a transition, and I believe in transitions, right? Like transition is we've been taught that transition is you end something and you start. That's not what a transition is. Transition is you end and there's a middle period.
Yeah.
And so I embraced that middle period last few months. I'm still in a middle period to like, all right, keep yourself open. The universe will talk to you and get to the new identity. So I think it's being very, having done it the last time, kept me aware that I should do it, and I knew that it's no longer a risk. It's actually a reward. Yeah.
So what about the community? What intentional activity do you think could make the biggest difference in your community?
I think the biggest one, so I think of two communities. So I think one, because we spend so much time at work and interacting with people, and we can either choose to see people as connections that we transactionally connect, and when we need something, we'll tap back into that capital, or we intentionally think of everyone that we run into, whether unplanned or planned, is part of a community, and this is what they all collectively are helping you serve something, or you're becoming part of this community, right? So whether we're here, you and I met, you and I just connected with someone else, right? It's just connecting that this is now a community, right? I'm not just meeting you because of like something. So I think for me, understanding that where am I putting energies in, and the people I bring together, people I talk to, and keep fueling that, and understanding that all of that has to be a community. If not, then I'm just doing one-off meetings, and at some point I'll get burned out, right? So that's one. And then on the personal community side, I've been just now where what's happened with the wars, where I come from an underrepresented background, and I have a lot of privilege. I've gone through, I've had good careers, and I see that okay, I have that platform where I can give a lot back, knowledge, represent others. And am I doing something for my community as my daughters grow up as well, that while there's a global community I'm part of, what is the specific community that feels that their voices are being suppressed? And like, it's not about just raising voices. How do I enable them to become ambassadors and do more stuff? So.
Yeah, amazing. And what about an online message of hope for the world?
For hope for the world, you let me know if this is hope or not. But I would quote Rumi. So yesterday I was clever. I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise. I only change myself.
Excellent. You up for a hot hug?
Oh, of course. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'll end it.